Hello, I'm Pastor Heath. Welcome to today's devotion. Today I want to read a couple of verses from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 9, verse 36 and 37. Here's what it says. Then Jesus took a little child and set him in the midst of them, his disciples. And when he had taken him in his arms, he said to them, "Whoever receives one of these little children in my name receives me. And whoever receives me receives not me, but him who sent me." Today I want to speak especially to all of you who are teachers, maybe in a school or Sunday school teachers, or you parents that are parenting small children, anybody who handles or deals with little children on a day-to-day basis. I want to speak especially to you today, but start by saying thank you for all that you do. Thank you for the love and the care that you show every day to the little children. And of course, to all parents who are there, I've been there myself, raising small girls, and some of them 2 at a time. And I know what it's like to raise 4 little children. But there's something wonderful, and there's a great privilege that we are given as teachers especially, to love and to take care of the little children. And so I want to show you something about Jesus here. First of all, notice what Jesus thinks about small children. So he's with his disciples, and he's going to teach them about humility. He wants to teach them to come down and be at eye to eye with little children, and to love them and to take care of them. So Jesus brings a little boy, maybe he's 2 years old, but he takes him by the hand, he brings him out before the disciples, and then he puts that little boy in his arms. Just right there. Freeze the story at that moment. All of you parents and all of you teachers who are taking care of little children, that's what Jesus thinks about the children. He so loved picking them up, wrapping his arms around them, loving them, teaching them, and blessing them. That's what Jesus thinks about your child. And so anytime that you are maybe praying for your little child, a son or a daughter, or you're praying for a young student of yours, remember that the God that you are praying to, he loves those children, and he loves to wrap his arms around them. This little boy that is in the arms of Jesus, he doesn't cry. He's not scared at all. And why would he be? That little boy knows that in the arms of Jesus, he's safe, and there's no need to fear, no need to cry. I think we can learn a lot from that little boy, to know that we are all in the arms of Jesus, and in that place there is no need to fear. Do you know there was a time in the Bible, in fact Mark talks about this, there was a time where Mark says Jesus was greatly displeased with his disciples. Those are strong words, and it's the only time we find in the Bible that kind of language. Jesus was displeased with his disciples because parents were bringing their children to Jesus, and he was taking them up in his arms and putting his hands upon them and blessing them. But the disciples rebuked the parents for bringing their kids. They yelled at the parents for bringing their kids to Jesus. And Jesus was greatly displeased with his disciples. And he said to them, "Let the little children come to me." So Jesus teaches us, as he's teaching the disciples, we must concern ourselves with the weakest and the most vulnerable, the children. We need to love them, teach them, and to protect them. One of the highest callings of life, one of the greatest privileges God could ever give to us in ministry, is to teach little children. In fact, I would say if you're a pastor listening to me right now, if you're a good teacher especially, you need to volunteer every once in a while to go and teach the little children in the Sunday school, because there's no greater calling than that. So learn to be like that. Learn to love them like Jesus does. And Jesus says, "Whoever receives one of these little children in my name receives me." The word receives, or to receive, one of the pictures of that word is to take somebody by the hand. And so it's like Jesus is saying to us, whoever takes a little child by the hand, he receives me. And not only does he receive me, he receives my Father. And that's a fellowship I greatly desire. Love those little children, and God bless you as you do.